Sponsored by rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. rxcardclub.com. Azerbaijan GP, McLaren and Red Bull arrive in Baku under pressure amid title battles. On the Sky Sports F1 podcast, Nico Rosberg and Natalie Pinkham discuss the unfamiliar situation McLaren finds themselves in with having to prioritise one driver over the other. Their recent form couldn't be in much greater contrast, but both Red Bull and McLaren will arrive at this weekend's Azerbaijan Grand Prix under extreme pressure. McLaren's Lando Norris reduced Max Verstappen's Drivers Championship lead to 62 points, but it was far from a perfect weekend for the Brit last time out at the Italian Grand Prix. Despite Norris and McLaren's imperfections, they were able to reduce Red Bull's advantage at the top of the Constructors Championship to just 8 points, heightening the chances of a different squad leading the team's standings for the first time since May 2022. Red Bull appear to be in freefall, with balance issues on the RB20 troubling both Verstappen and teammate Sergio Perez in Monza. A season which started with Red Bull and Verstappen in total control is now threatening to produce two of the most remarkable comebacks in the history of the sport. With just 8 of 24 rounds remaining, the stakes are rising all the time and will surely reach a new level of intensity on the rapid Baku City Circuit this weekend. Looking at the results alone, one could be forgiven for assuming that McLaren would be arriving in Baku riding a huge wave of positivity. The Woking squad have secured at least one podium in each of the last 12 races and have had the most consistently quick car on the grid since bringing a major upgrade package to Mays Miami Grand Prix. Recent races suggest there is little doubt about the destination of the Constructors' title, with Red Bull apparently powerless to resist the consistency of the MCE38 and excellence of Norris and Piastri. However, what could most kindly be described as growing pains have prevented McLaren's season from being even better, with the most prominent issue at this point undoubtedly their approach to team orders. The issue first flashed up before the summer break when a radio drama saw Norris urged to give the lead back to Piastri at the Hungarian Grand Prix after the team's strategy choice had resulted in the Brit gaining track position. After ultimately almost being begged to give the position back, as he was told he might need Piastri's help later in the season, Norris finally gave in. McLaren team principal Andrea Stella insisted the team had no intention of prioritising Norris' title quest, but chief executive Zak Brown said the matter would be discussed over the summer break. Fast forward a few weeks to when Norris had reduced Verstappen's lead to 70 points with a dominant win at the Dutch Grand Prix and then taken pole ahead of Piastri at Monza with Red Bull struggling, and much of the talk on the morning of the race centred around it surely being time for McLaren to instruct the Australian to play a supporting role,